For over a month, we've prepped and planned for this exact moment, placing ourselves directly in the path of this season's largest winter storm.
Avalanche Canada has pretty much everywhere high avalanche danger right now.
Chasing the deepest snow we can find in a remote section of the coastal mountain range, with snow reports showing a potential 4 feet of snow and temperatures dropping to near -20 for the weekend. This expedition into territory only accessible by tracks will test me and my gear. The only question remaining is, am I ready? My name is Tyler. Let's get lost. Off to an early start, I'm heading for the mainland to meet up with my friend Kyle in the small town of Squamish. From there, we'll continue north to head deeper into the coastal mountains. We aren't just looking for epic views this weekend, we're storm chasing.
The red sun rose this morning. Dark skies pronounce your warning. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hold on, the floor is caving. Your walls turn into cages. Your refuge will be your demise. Dances with the devil. Your power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to ashes now. 'Cause we are the outlaws.
Just made it up on top of one of the winter passes, and we're definitely getting into quite a bit of snow off the side of the roads here. It's looking like about 1.5 feet of snow, so it looks promising to get out in the tracks and have a little bit of fun. I'm getting really excited. It's snowing up here now, pretty steady, and tonight and tomorrow and Saturday it's supposed to just dump snow, so we should be getting around 40 to 50 centimeters, hopefully. So it'll be the deepest snow I've played in for sure.
The higher in elevation we climb, the more promising the conditions begin to look, as the snowbanks on the shoulder get deeper with each switchback.
This is like the perfect little tucked away spot.
Okay.
And if we can get squared away here and leave some room for other people and the snow comes, I think we got something to work with here. Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, after a couple hours, we finally got the tracks all mounted onto the Jeeps. And I think this is gonna be our base camp for the night. And wait for the powder to come down for the morning, so we can have some fresh snow heading up. But behind me here, there's the valley goes way up in between the two mountains, and that's where we're gonna go and explore tomorrow. Is just a couple spar roads that head up in between some pretty big mountain ranges, and hopefully we can get that 40 centimeters of snow and go play on the tracks. But the Jeep looks freaking sweet right now. I'm super stoked for Kyle to get me out and I can experience these. Alright, today is the day we're gonna go out and actually have some fun on the tracks. It's lightly snowing right now. Around 11 o'clock, it's supposed to come down pretty heavy. Looking at the radar, so we're just gonna get camp packed up and wait for the snow for an hour or two, and then we'll get going.
And sure enough, the blizzard arrived right on schedule.
While I'm waiting for the ice to defrost off the window, I just want to talk about navigation and what I use for getting out on remote roads in places I've never been before. And I choose Onyx just because I love how I can go from having a topo map of a 2D model and I can just quickly jump in. I can go to a hybrid image where I can see different elevations, or I can just choose to go to a satellite. And from there, with the satellite view, I can also go to a 3D imaging map. So I can actually visually see the valleys I'm going to be in, where the roads go, what ridges I can actually get up on, and kind of have more of a visual idea of where I'm going to be going before I commit to going up there for the weekend, because all of our weekends are very short. And we all hate how fast the work week comes back, so I like to make the most out of my weekend. I'm sure you do as well. So if you're interested in Onyx, you want to give it a shot, down in the description I will have a link for a 20% off coupon. The code is getlost. It's kind of a little bit of a pun there, but yeah, save 20% off your first subscription with Onyx. Go have some fun in the backcountry.
All right, buddy. Fresh snow, fresh meat. Lead it out.
Oh, I'm stoked.
Be a little more careful of the cross stitches today because of the snow blindness, and it's you don't have the lights to show. You're gonna hit them a lot quicker.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for them.
I just started to see with snow blindness.
Things are so sick, man.
Yeah, no way you'd be getting up here very easily in wheels.
You can't even tell how deep it is, really.
Yeah, like people just who haven't done it, who are snow wheelers, don't get it. It's like you can get up here, but how non-trivial it is to get up here when you're on tracks, that's the big difference. Like you just roll right up and you don't, ruin the trail for the next person, and you can go through so much more terrain. It's more like overlanding than snow wheeling.
This is my very first time ever driving on tracks. My initial impression is nothing short of the biggest smile across my face as I'm filled with excitement like I'm a kid again on a snow day. My steering is heavier than normal, but I feel unstoppable as the tracks vibrate the entire Jeep as we float through the snow.
What a absolutely beautiful day. The snow isn't that deep right now, but I'm having such a blast on these tracks, honestly. It's a different experience, and I'm looking forward to maybe finding an offshoot that hasn't been packed down as much. There has been traffic on this road, so hopefully we can get into some untouched powder, a couple feet of untouched snow, and actually I can see how these tracks will perform. But all around us is just beautiful, giant snow-capped mountains. And actually right up there, there's a nice big snow-capped peak. But yeah, on a little winter wonderland to get away from the island, the wet coast. And let's see how the day progresses.
It didn't take long before we were heading up a spur road in search of a bit of deeper snow to try out. Although, we didn't make it far before we ran into a bit of an obstacle.
They should get through no problem. I'm watching you. You're fine right now. Yeah, that's sort of the max of what you have for clearance on the bumper, I would say. But from a track perspective, it's not, I don't think you're going to have any issues with it flipping and something like that. It looks like we might have something like a bridge out or something here.
Yeah, I'll pull up and take a peek. All right, the road came up to the main road. It gave out. Trip on the track. But there's just like a little snowmobile bridge here. Where you see the snowmobilers will be getting across. But I think our only way through would be through the freaking creek bed here.
Not necessarily where I want to start, though.
No.
I'd rather.
You'd rather go explore the other valleys and come back, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
In case we get ourselves into trouble, then we're not wasting a whole day right here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it honestly doesn't look that bad. It's just hard to tell.
Depth?
Over here, not depth.
Well, just like the angle of the road?
Yeah, over here it's the angle. And then down there it's the rocks, and I mean, I'm assuming that that's a pretty mellow creek bed. But my worry going through there is going to be there's not enough snow, and we're just going to bang off the tracks off those rocks, and then
yeah, I know what you mean.
Blow some bogey wheels, and then that'll slow our trip down.
Well, I mean, we can always come back to it.
Yeah.
It depends what you're feeling. The snow's super deep here. Woo! Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's really deep here.
That river's kind of running. If that area was filled in more right there, I actually don't feel too bad about coming down this.
No.
That is what makes me a little nervous over there.
It's the rocks.
Well, just that it's not as filled in, and
yeah.
I know that river's not gonna be like deep or nothing, but it's more just coming up over the rocks, and something like this would be better.
It's gonna be, yeah, if we wait till tomorrow when it's more filled in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's more a question of how do we get turned around?
Slowly. We'll get it. We can even use this.
Yeah. You can also use this.
Yeah. Just pull into it. And this is where I got my first lesson on pulling a 3-point turn on tracks. While you're still in motion, you have to pre-steer before coming to a stop, as you cannot turn the steering wheel while at a full stop. As a seasoned off-roader, it's fun to learn a new style of driving, as these tracks require a bit of an adjustment in driving style. Alright, so we tried going up that spur there, and the bridge is just for snowmobilers. So the other way around is through the creek, and the snow is deep, but we're kind of unsure if it's deep enough for us to clear the rocks, because it's kind of hard to see what the terrain looks like under the snow. So we're just, we made our way back down to the main line now. We're gonna shoot up the valley, further up the 3 other spurs we have to play with, get under some bigger peaks and get a little closer to them and enjoy the scenery. The speed we're traveling at is the perfect pace for soaking in views of our surroundings today. My head is on a swivel, trying to take it all in through each break in the tree line. But with most back roads in our province, you could drive it twice and still have something new to catch your eye each time. Stop for a quick lunch. The snow's coming down again while we have some lunch, and got some really nice views up here. The snow base though, off the side of the trail, you can really see how deep it is.
when you just go for a little wander into it, you slowly start to struggle and sink up to your knees. So it's the beauty of the tracks. You just kind of float on top of it until you step out. The road's a little more packed too from traffic, but yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with up here. It's really nice.
Not bad.
It's not bad. It's only gonna get deeper.
Knee deep base, and then hopefully we add another 20 tonight.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
It's fluff to play in. Yeah, I'm stoked.
Avalanche Canada has pretty much everywhere in the coastal mountains as high avalanche danger right now. So we gotta
That's
be
fun.
smart.
I checked charts like, I don't know, the day before we left on this trip, and everything was like chill.
Oh, it's been that way for like a week.
No?
Oh yeah.
Fun, that's news to me.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, well.
We're in the valleys though. We're not like, it's different if you're going up on the ridge lines and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So we're in like the moderate zone. It would have to be a pretty big avalanche to. Oh, we're not swearing, right? It would have to be a pretty big avalanche to.
Swallow our Jeeps?
Well, I mean, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube of I think it's, what's that, Heavy D Spark guy or whatever.
Yeah.
He had to go out and save a guy who, well, they pulled his cat, a snow cat out.
Oh
The
shit.
snow cat got pulled away.
Huh.
As we continue to head deeper into the valley, we pinpoint what looks like a good place to camp near the back of the current valley we're heading up on satellite imagery. And from here on out, the snow continues to get deeper and deeper as we slowly gain elevation. We are going to truly put these tracks to test if we want to make it to camp for the night. I wouldn't want it any other way. I just want to take a moment to thank all my viewers and subscribers. You motivate me to find ways to improve with each new upload. If you're new here and you're enjoying this episode so far, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future adventures. At this point in the trip, I'm really beginning to understand the magic behind tracks. The snow is now waist deep and we're in winter territory I could only dream of reaching on tires. We are now truly on our own out here. Our own first aid, our own recovery crew. If anything goes south, we're waiting for the spring for a recovery or calling a snowcat for help.
Oh, she's deep. That's up to my door.
Oh yeah, we're getting into some good stuff now.
It's actually getting a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be.
Standing between us and camp for the night is one last hill and a narrow shelf road in territory untouched by me or anyone in a while. The snow is now so deep at this point, my 24 feet of ground contact isn't enough to stop the tracks from slowly turning and chewing away at the snow in front of me and packing it down under the Jeep. My gut feeling had me thinking I was going to get stuck at any second, but nonetheless, I continued to make progress, inch by inch.
Can you use lockers of the tracks?
You can use lockers.
Quite the hole in front of us too here.
Oh yeah? I can't see it, so I don't know what to tell you. You might be able to tuck over on the side there a little bit, and I can try to get past you.
It's pretty bad.
Alright, see if you can wiggle over, and maybe I can get past you.
We are being very cautious here, because when we installed the tracks, we were looking to save time on my Jeep's install, and we're running them without the anti-rotation chains. So if I make a mistake here, there's a chance I could invert one of the tracks. In my best attempt to make room for Kyle to get by me and try it first, I felt like I was getting myself into a bit of a jam, so I decided I had to commit and give it one last shot.
Alright, so we just made it to camp. We were just taking the time to flatten out our little landing pad up here to just get the snow less waist deep and a little more enjoyable for the night. So we just kind of used the tracks like a groomer and just flattened it all out. So this is where Home Sweet Home's gonna be. We got quite the mountain view around us. It's a little bit of a whiteout right now, so we can't really see very far, but just gonna get comfortable and get camp set up.
Pulling on a tree up the bank here for some firewood. Running the winch.
You can do whatever.
Work smarter, not harder. Here we go. Look at that. Ta-da! There's our firewood. Alright, we just got a little bit of firewood cut. A little pile. And then we got a bundle from town right here. And then he's also got a Duralog. So we got fire situated for the night. Now it's just Get the tent set up, and I need to get some dry clothes on because I ran down the bank to hook on the winch line and I was falling in like mid-stomach high down into some, they almost felt like what used to be like tree wells, except now it's just dead trees that have fallen and I'm falling in between the trees. So yeah, I'm freaking soaked now. So I'm just happy to be at camp. All right, so keeping me and my camera guy warm tonight is a diesel heater from Sparks Overland. I reached out to him to get him to send it to me because I think the build quality is untouched in the diesel heater market. No one else compares, in my opinion. Honestly, the fuel tank is TIG welded in the States by a company that makes Baja fuel tanks. The heater itself is encased in this beautiful aluminum housing, and then the whole heater, the whole unit is inside of a aluminum case, super durable. I actually have the whole top scuffed up because I don't have much room in the back of the four-door, and I like that because if this was a plastic heater, it probably would have cracked and fallen apart by now because I have quite a bit of weight on top of it. So super durable design. It's about 32 pounds, so it's a pretty hefty little unit, but so far I'm loving it. It's keeping me super warm. There's a small remote for it, and I can run it from the tent, which is fantastic. And it's just a stout little unit. Even on the side of the heater where your outlet hose comes for the tent, there's a super heavy cap on it just to keep debris from getting inside of your heater. Like, it's got some weight to it. And there's an O-ring gasket on it. So it's like overbuilt, honestly, for what it is, and that's just how I like my products to be. So if you're in the market for a new diesel heater, pick a North American made diesel heater. Go with Sparks Overland. Heater's all set up, got the tent set up, got a fire going, we've all had dinner, we're just relaxing now. And we did have the moon actually peek out up in behind this ridge line here, but it didn't stick around very long because we got some more clouds rolling in, bringing in another 10 to 15 centimeters of snow that we'll have to play in tomorrow. And when we wake up tomorrow, we're actually going to either go around the other side of the ridge and try and get to the back of it and just see some new territory, do some more exploring. So it's going to be a good day tomorrow, but for now, we're just going to enjoy this campfire and relax. So we'll see you in the morning.
The morning brought a fresh layer of snow and cold temperatures sitting down near -14, but I wasn't letting that break my spirits. There is nowhere else I'd rather start my day than in the mountains with a friend.
Definitely got a bit of ice last night. The strap pulling on the tent is covered in blocks of ice. I'm gonna break it all off before I close it. Yeah, that's gonna cause a problem. I got ice in my seal. You guys say I'm hard on my gear. I'd rather deal with this being frozen rather than when it's raining, because when I open this later, it's still just gonna be frozen. It ain't gonna be wet, which is best case scenario.
right, so yesterday, or I guess last night, I ended up putting this rubitracks in, got me back up to just over half a tank, around 5/8 of a tank. And then we idled this morning, just warming everything up. And before we get going, rather than putting this rubitracks in waist deep snow, I'm gonna put it in now. And then I have a true understanding of how much fuel I have left, so I don't venture too far. One thing I'm finding with these rubitracks though, is they go really slowly. So a bit of a workout first thing in the morning, is holding up all this gas.
Alright, so we just left camp. It was a little weird getting going. Kyle told me that when you're on tracks, your brakes freeze up just from the snow being packed in there, and he wasn't wrong. The calipers feel like they're seized. So you have to really work them and pump them and get them warmed up and moving so you actually have brakes. So that was my first couple minutes of driving today, was just trying to get them warmed up. But we have about 5 inches of snow that fell overnight, so a decent layer fell of fresh powder to play in. And we're starting out this morning at -9. So I'm pretty sure last night it was down at -13, -14. It was cold. The whole tent is a block of ice. But actually tonight it's supposed to drop down to around -20. So we're in for a bit of a cold one. I'm trying to get the Jackery charged up all day. So I'm hoping that reaches full charge by tonight to keep us warm. But we are going down to the valley behind the ridge we were playing on yesterday. Our range, I have 3/4 of a tank, so we're kind of unlimited range. That'll go quick on the tracks, and I have no more spare fuel. So we're just enjoying that last little shoot today. Go up there, explore on that side of the valley, and make camp at the back of that for tonight. Or depending what time it is, we'll make our way back to the trailer to finish off the day there, so we can get the tracks off in the morning. Get our way back to the island.
Up until now, we haven't been able to set a good pace in the snow because of the cross stitches on the road yesterday. But the first big straightaway of the day gave us a chance to have some real fun in the snow and let the powder fly. The road has now narrowed up into a shelf road, taking us down to the base of the valley. At this point, we're just exploring for the sake of the perfect snow conditions. It's about 4 feet deep, and it's exactly what we came here to find. We're on limited fuel range with unlimited smiles. The memories made on this trip is exactly why I do this. I couldn't have asked for a better weekend in the mountains.
All right, we decided to turn around just because my fuel range is starting to get down. I'm at I'm at 5/8 of a tank right now, but we're so far back. By the time we get back to the trailer and then I can get back into town to refuel, it's gonna be cutting it pretty close. So as much as I want to keep going, I don't think it's feasible. So it's been an absolute blast getting out into this deep powder. But we're gonna mosey our way back to the trailer now.
Oh my gosh!
What do you think of all this deep powder, Kyle?
Hey, this is what we're here for, hey?
Oh yeah, we found exactly what we came for.
Yeah, I think it's time to head back down and start the process of getting out of here.
I think so. Do you want to get the tracks off tonight so that it's easier in the morning?
Let's just see what time we get down there. Yeah, if we can make progress, we could do that tonight. But
Okay.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
This is a crazy little piece of country in here, man.
Yep.
Still blown away that these things just fall on top of this much snow.
I know. And we got into some really deep stuff here in the last little bit too.
Oh yeah.
So
No, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm standing on packed snow, and I mean, it's up to my knee, and that's just packed down. So
and it's still
probably
snowing.
like waist deep.
Yeah. Let's come back next weekend.
Arriving back at the trailer, it's time to start the 2-hour process of getting both Jeeps back on tires. With temperatures expected to drop near -20 for the night, even at base camp, we collectively agreed our time in the mountain was up.
There's so much light. There you go. Wow. Oh, it's so small, damn it. That sucks.
It was bittersweet getting the Jeep back on tires, but all good things have to come to an end for them to be considered a good time. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Kyle from High Ground My Nightfall for giving me the opportunity to get out on tracks for the weekend. It was such a unique experience and one I'm looking forward to again. Remember to take the time to get a little lost. I look forward to seeing you in the next adventure.
What are you filming it for?
So, Tyler, do you want to explain to me what your new name should be?
Unprepared?
Yes. Unprepared Tyler.